Morning. This is Nita and Miss Panda with the Timepiece Garden, and she's off running patrol. It's what it is. What am I doing? Well, I didn't go to the gym this morning. It was insane the amount of rain, lightning, and thunder that was going on when I would have been leaving, so I didn't go. Again, I got a couple low water crossings that just, there's no reason for me to do it. So yeah, the ground is still really wet out here. I still got water puddles. But it's stopped, and the weatherman says it's going to be stopped until well after dinner tonight, which is awesome. So, I'm going to come back and I'm going to get this coop together. I'm going to do it. I'm determined. Having said that, I've also got some harvesting to do. I brought a bucket with me. I've got some strawberries I need to pick, and some orchas and stuff to put in the dehydrator, and just, I got stuff to do. So, let me get busy. Let me get started. And I'll talk to you in a minute. Just a couple little side notes, and I'm not going to fix today. This one had blocked, and my end here is really loose to the point that my gutter guard, for over half of it, has slipped in, which means everything that hits the gutter guard now goes inside the tank. And I mean, it's all the way down to about there, where it has fallen in. So I'm gonna have to look at that. Not today, not tomorrow. And then this tank did not fill. It doesn't have any more water in it than it did the last time I watered. So that means the tin still sticks out too far, even though I added that 2x4. So I gotta look at cutting the tin. It is also not a job for today. It is all about chicken coop today. And then lastly, gotta love some mushrooms. They're all over the place. That's from where all the water was coming off the roof. There's some more. Had lots of all over here. Lots of water coming off the roof that did not go into this tank. So, it's all right. I'll figure it out. I'll get it straight. This tank should be as full as that tank, and it's not. So, having said that, let me get to cutting some wood. Talk to you in a little while. Whoop, whoop. The wall is done. From the rainy video, you could see that was the portion that was still open. Wall's done. Yay! So the wall's done all the way around. Next to the two lids, this lid here for the nesting box access, and then the doorway. I'm gonna go ahead and do the nesting box access first. That way, should we get rain, it's not a pretty day, but should we get rain, the only thing I have to keep covered is the door. So, and that way if hinges give me problems or just whatever, I got it figured out, because this side will be covered. All right, talk to you in a few. Alrighty, so I have these awesome 4-inch hinges that I bought. They don't fit the wood. Yeah. Anything I have that's reclaimed, hell, any of the wood that you buy today, it's a 2x4. It's not 2 inches by 4 inches. So if you buy a 4-inch hinge, they're not going to meet up. It's not going to happen. It doesn't matter. So that's not going to work. I got to go get a 3-inch hinge. Not happy about that, but it's okay. What I do have, because I do want to get this done today, I do have some smaller cabinet hinges. Now this won't work long term, but this will work long enough for me to get this on. That makes sense. And then I can use my 4-inch hinges for the door. That's not going to hurt anything. And start painting today. You know, get it painted. And I keep going back to that because I need to get it painted so I can work out where the automatic door goes, you know, where those hinges go, because there are I don't know, guides that's got to be on here, and the gutter system and the run. It's all got to hook together right here. So this has got a huge impact that goes on. So anyway, I need to get all the lids on it. That way I can, you know, tarp aside that I'm going to paint. This one's not going to matter because this is where the rain water comes off. So anyway, not happy with the hinges. Just how it is, I'll get over it. Go buy some 3-inch hinges and take care of it. Right now we're going to use the little ones. Talk to you later. Little hinges are on. And the door opens and closes. So now we'll end up with the handle. I've still got to get the little locky things on it, you know, but it's on. Does that make sense? I can paint this. This is awesome. All right, so being that I don't have to plastic this anymore or tarp it anymore, does that make sense? I'm gonna take that tarp down and get the door up. That's next, and that way there's just, I don't have to have tarps out here at all. Yes. All right, talk to you in a few. Lessons learned. I was putting the door up so I could, figure out where I want my hinges on this side, because I want the door to open that way. And when I got done with that, because I realized I didn't have a marker over here, I was going to let the door slide down, because it fits in between here. I mean, it fits perfectly. It's awesome. Once it got lower than the lip up here, does that make sense? It fell inward. This end popped outward. I don't know if you can see it. I'm going to have a great bruise there. It's going to be awesome. Same thing there. It caught me both legs. So, lessons learned. Don't be an idiot with the door. And then the second lesson that was learned is that there is nothing left or right side that prevents the door from swinging inside the coop. It's a good thing to know now. You don't have to learn it later. So I need to get something here that when the door is in, does that make sense? It doesn't fall into the coop. So that's actually the next thing we're gonna do. And then we'll go back and figure out how I want to put the hinges on and where I want to put the hinges. Cause yeah, that shit hurt. Sorry for the French. All right, talk to you in a few. Ta-da! Solid. All the way around. Yes, I'm living life large and loving it. Well, all except for the door. It's time to paint. Having said that, I forgot handles. I've got no handle to open the top here. And I've got no handle to open the door. And I also just put a little hasp block on it. So instead of hey, it's on there tight. Instead of a regular lock for right now, because there's nothing in it. And that way should we get a storm, because this week is not over yet, it won't flap around in the wind. I'm excited. I ain't gonna lie, I'm excited. All right, so what do I gotta do next? When I was running low on plywood, I had to do 2 separate pieces here. And from out here, it doesn't look like it's a huge difference. From the inside, I don't know, you can't really see a difference there either. What I'm probably gonna do is paint, and then if it still looks like there's a difference, see if I have any extra, the 1/4 inch mesh, and staple it over the gap. Again, it doesn't look, there you go, you can kind of see it right there. You can see the light coming through. There's a small gap. I just don't know. Anyway, I'll be thinking about that. But actually what I think I'm gonna do is, just because I'm excited, all the wood's on it, is paint. Go mix up the colors and put the tools away, mix up the colors, and start with this wall. That's what I'm thinking. Talk to you in a few. First coat of paint, yay! Isn't that awesome? All right, I'm gonna have to do 2 coats. There's still wood grain showing through. I don't know if it shows up on film or not, but there is wood grain showing through, so I'm gonna have to do a 2nd coat, which is a good thing, because I was going for a coffee with too much cream color, and I think it's still too creamy. Makes sense, still not enough tan-ish in it. So anyway, I've got all of this, and I will continue to paint this all the way around until it's gone, and then I will mix up another batch and attempt to make sure that it's got more brown in it. So now what I did was 6 cups of white and 4 regular tablespoons of brown, and I'm probably going to go 6 or 8 tablespoons of brown just to darken it up some. Anyway, you know, painted, not painted. All right, I'm also going to paint the top of the roof. I know I'm going to put a piece of tin across it long term. I'm not doing that today because I don't have the right locks to secure it. So I got a hasp block on it again. That'll stop it from blowing off in the wind or whatever, but that's not what I want long term. So anyway, let me get to painting, protect that piece of wood, and I'll show you some more in a minute. All right, again, first coat on this wall. I wanted to make sure I do the top because I know long term I'm going to put a piece of tin here just to help with watershed. But if it rains over the next day or two, it's exposed, so it got painted. So 2 full walls, and then it actually started the 3rd before I ran out. And I'm okay with that because again, it's too light. And then even, I am assuming, if you look close, you can see where the wood grain stuff is still going on in here. I'm assuming that even when I darken it, I'm gonna have to do 2 coats. So what it is I'll make the next batch with the 6 cups of white and then probably 8 tablespoons of brown. See if I can get the coffee with too much cream look. That's way too much cream, you know? So, but that's the plan. And for tonight, I'm gonna take the ladder, I'm gonna stick it inside the coop. And because that's the only thing that needs to stay out here. Everything else goes in the house with me. I'll even take the brush and the quart thing. That'll probably just stay in here with the ladder for tonight. Yeah. And then the world just depends. I will paint again tomorrow. Or if it's going to be a rainy day, I'll probably go see about picking up another roll of wire. You know. Just thoughts, one way or the other. Coop is still looking awesome. Nesting boxes. Yes. All right. So, talk to y'all in a few. Welcome to Garden 2 and Strawberry Patch. Yeah, I remember I got rid of those everbearings. Because they weren't wasted. They were a waste of effort. All the bugs and stuff. It just disease issues, problems. These are my June bearing. That's a gallon bucket. Just out of that bed, it's full. I got to go empty it. I will get at least 4 more gallons out of that bed. And I've not even started to harvest over here yet. See them just all the way down the row. Which is why I got rid of the everbearing. They're not as big, they're not as sweet, prone to disease. Just from where I'm at, they don't work for me. All right, let me go empty this one so I can refill it again in this bed. Talk to you in a few. Yeah, it's today's harvest. It's about 2.5 gallons, maybe 3 of strawberries. I mean, the whole stovetop is just full. A couple of asparagus, orchas, spinach, and mustard greens. Yes, I got lots of mustard greens today. It's all right. So, what is it? It's time to start processing. Isn't that awesome? Don't they just look good? Look at that one. Isn't that awesome? 3 fingers. Yummy. All right. Y'all have a good evening.